All right. Good morning. It's so good to see so many folks here today. Welcome to our March regular meeting of Chesterfield County Council. It is now 9 a.m., so I call the meeting to order. I'm going to call on Johnny McClendon for our prayer.
Let us pray. All wise and everlasting God, Father, we thank you for allowing us as a county to come together this morning. We'll always make decisions that will glorify you and edify our entire county. Thank you for those that are here. Thank you so much for our chairperson, and thank you for each and every council member. God, we thank you for harmony, peace, unity, and love. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is our honor this morning to have Dr. Lawrence Brand join our ranks on council. We're happy to have you with us. He has been sworn in, but we're going to have a ceremonial swearing in today to celebrate his new role on county council. So thank you. We have Judge Melton here with us to swear you in.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you, Judge Melton, for being with us.
Repeat after me. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
of this state,
of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duty
of the office
of the office
to which I have been elected,
to which I have been,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to do the best
to do the best,
to my ability,
to my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
and preserve,
and protect,
and protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and the United States.
and the United States.
Congratulations. Welcome, Dr. Brand.
Thank you.
Now it's time to get down to business.
All right.
All right.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So move.
Madam Chair,
Oh, we do have to amend the
Yeah.
agenda. Sorry. You just told me that before you started. There is actually a need to amend the agenda, so I'll send it to you,
Okay.
Mr. Ruffner.
thank you, Madam Chair. That would be to add item 19C, and that would be discussion of negotiations incident to proposed contractual arrangements and proposed sale of property regarding 105 Green Street here in Chesterfield. Also, a finding of exigent circumstances in that the contract for the sale of that property expires on March 14, and to take action after exiting executive session, possibly after discussion of that.
Is there a motion to adopt the amended agenda?
So move.
Okay, a motion by Bishop McClendon. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Smallwood. Any discussion? All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Now, need a motion to approve the minutes from the February 5th regular meeting.
So move.
Okay, there's a motion by Ms. Burns. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the bonds are being passed around for signing. We have two appointments this morning. Ms. Irene Avery, is she with us? Yes. Come forward, Ms. Avery. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me again this morning.
Sure.
All right, now I'm back with the same thing, fire tax at the Tears Mill Fire Department. We've just kind of having a problem with that in our community, having to pay an extra $75 on property that we don't have anything on. And so I just think it's a little bit much, and I know it is, and it's going to be hard on a lot of people. Each little piece of property you have, you're having to pay $85 extra. We already paying for about 3 or 4 different pieces of land. So I just don't understand why we need to do that. But I was told that it was money for the volunteer fire people. So I don't know if that's it or not, but we still have a problem with that extra money paying it every year. And so we're paying 4 or 5 times. So if we have an acre of land here, acre of land here, we can't put those together. I've been told if you put them together, you wouldn't have to pay but one fire tax. Okay. But if you have one 5 or 6 miles away from the other, you can't put them together. So I am very much concerned with having to pay that tax because it's a lot. And man, paying 4 different pieces, you have 5 different little tracts of land. Even if they're only a mile away from the other one, you still can't put them together. So I'm just concerned about that. And I would like to know if there can be something done about it that we can get, say, maybe pay 1 or 2. And if the land doesn't have anything on it, there's not a house, there's not anything in a tree, just grass. So why are we paying $75 extra for taxes?
So we have been in contact with Secretary of State's office, and our general counsel is also looking not just at Tills Mill, but at all of our fire departments to make sure that we are where we need to be with their contracts, with their ordinances, bylaws, boards. So hopefully we'll have more information for you soon and see, if there is anything that we can do, if there's a compromise, we're not there yet because, we have to shore those up first, but we will be in touch.
Okay, well, that's mainly what I wanted
Okay.
to hear this morning.
Sure.
All right, thank you
Anybody
very
else?
much. I'll be waiting to hear from you all.
Amen.
All right, and Andy Ingram with NETC.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I was looking around this room this morning, and wow, what a difference a year makes. I congratulate the new members that are sitting on this council. For those of you that don't know me, I had the opportunity to serve on this council from 1987 to 1995. And I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I did back then. So congratulations and wish you the best of luck. I'm Andy Ingram from Straw. I'm here this morning to represent Northeastern Technical College, and I want to bring you up to date on what the college is doing in Chesterfield County. I left on your desk a brochure that you can take home and read over. I won't hit all the highlights, but one thing on the front page that we are mighty proud of is Northeastern Technical College has ranked number 5 out of the top 15 best associate programs in the state of South Carolina. And you can see the list of the 15, and you can see who we outranked in the state of South Carolina. We're mighty proud of that, and we will continue working hard to even improve those numbers. Also, on the back side of the brochure, we are constantly seeking grant money for various projects. On the right-hand side, you'll notice the grants that we have recently received, and we'll keep on seeing that column grow as we get involved in this year's legislative session. I want to bring you up to date on some of the growth that we are experiencing in Chesterfield County. And this is not the best location, but I hope we can say that. This is a architectural rendering of the Scheffler building that will be built in Sherrall, on the Sherrall campus. This is another rendering here, and I'll give you some details on that project. The the Sherrall Scheffler Manufacturing Technology Academy. The new building that you see will be a 27,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. Scheffler has donated $1 million towards that project to make it happen. And the county, thanks to the county, has donated $200,000 for our demolition project on the Sherrall campus to make way for this new construction. And we thank you for that. The total cost is a $12 million investment at the Sherrall campus, $8.5 million for the construction of the building, $1 million to upgrade the infrastructure, $2.5 million for new boiler, chiller, cooling, heating system for the entire Sherrall campus. Now, where did we get this money? We got it locally here in Chesterfield County, not only through donations from the county council, but also local businesses such as Scheffler and others. And we also got money from the state level and the federal level. We have received money from EDA in Washington and USDA to make this project happen and become a reality. Some of the programs that are going to be offered in this new facility, obviously the Scheffler Apprentice Program for machine tooling and electrical mechanical. The Scheffler Apprentice Program is well-renowned nationally. We have gotten national recognition for the program that we're offering in partnership with Scheffler. They currently have 60 employees enrolled in the apprentice program. It's a 3-year program, and every year they roll over 20 students. They have 20 graduates, and then they have another 20 new students that enter through the program. And our coroner's son, he just graduated in the apprentice program with Scheffler, and he is a certified journeyman now. That's super, super good for that in his field. But also, we will have expanded in our welding program. Our CDL training is growing by leaps and bounds. Now, the schedule for the Sherrall campus is, we had the pre-bid meeting was held on February 26th. April the 3rd, we will have our bid openings for this building, and we're hoping to have groundbreaking in May. So you'll be hearing about that. You'll be extending an invitation, and we hope that y'all will be able to be in attendance to that. Also in Chesterfield County, we're really excited.
Andy, do you mind turning these bottom ones around so the folks out here can see those? I just want them to be able to see. Right, thank you.
We're also excited that we are going to establish a satellite campus in McBee. And Northeastern Technical College has been awarded $3 million for Phase 1. Now, Phase 1, for your information, is this area right here. This is Phase 1, Phase 2. Now, this property site is located just off Highway 151. We don't have any road frontage other than the access to 151, but over here, here's the McBee track and ball fields, tennis courts over here, and we're just about a stone's throw from the high school. But this is going to be a $3 million investment for Phase 1. We have been fortunate that Alligator Rural Water and Sewer has donated 28.68 acres to Northeastern Technical College, and the town has donated a 1/4 acre and adjacent to that property. The site plan, as you see, has already been drafted by the architects and been approved. And right now, we are requesting $1.5 million to the state legislative delegation to fund $750,000 towards the increased cost of construction for this project. And then we also are requesting $750,000 to purchase equipment. There's a high demand for heavy equipment operations, and what we planning on purchasing as far as equipment is backhoes, Caterpillar dump trucks, electrical equipment. We also, welding is gotten big down in McBee, and portable trainers. Now, we currently have a temporary facility that houses our welding there because of demand with A.O. Smith and Tally Metals, and we are holding shop and teaching welding classes in a leased building down in McBee right now. But the classes will be, the welding will be extended. CDL is getting big. The heavy equipment operations and heavy equipment maintenance. The dual enrollment program will be expanded at McBee High School. Our allied health nursing program will be implemented in McBee also. And what's the driving force of these classes? The trucking industry. I think you have more trucking industry there. The farming industry, minerals, gold mine, Jefferson area, the mineral mines, Tally Metals, and A.O. Smith. But that's what we are excited about in McBee. And just to let you see additional growth is our campus in Bennettsville. Bennettsville is contiguous to the Chesterfield County, and that will draw students from Chesterfield County at that location, and we're receiving students from Marlboro County as well. But Marlboro County campus, the construction of this facility is going to be completed hopefully by April the 1st. After that, we'll install equipment in the facility. We will have a grand opening in July and have soft grand opening and students moving into classes. And this facility also, we added 18,000 square foot to this facility here, and to have a diesel technology program. We added 18,000 for a 5-bay diesel shop program there. Also, at the Marlboro campus, we will be, the total cost investment for Marlboro County project has been $12 million. And we got we went to the same sources to get this money as we are in Sherrall. But as far as the Marlboro facility, we'll have training for diesel technology and advanced manufacturing, expanded welding program, fabrication shop, logistics for warehousing, construction technology, electrical and mechanical engineering, regional allied health training for nurses, EMS training. We are currently housing SC Works, and we also will have a community room in this facility to accommodate special events for that area. And the last thing I wanted to mention to you at the Marlboro area is we have acquired 12 acres surrounding the existing campus, everything in green. We have purchased that property for future growth in Bennettsville, Marlboro County. One quick statistics, to give you an example, right now we have 1,309 students enrolled at Northeastern Technical College. That's Chesterfield, Marlboro, and Dillon counties. 1,309. Out of that 1,309, we have 878 students in the arts and science program. We have 238 students enrolled in the allied health, and we have 193 enrolled in the workforce development. Those total to 1,309. To give you a breakdown per county, we have 392 students enrolled at the Sherrall campus. We have 179 students enrolled at the Pageland campus. A total student enrollment for Chesterfield County is 571 students. In Dillon, we have 289 students enrolled in Dillon County. We have 374 students enrolled in Marlboro County, and then we have a few other students, 50 about 64 other students coming in from Darlington County, Florence County, Lancaster, and other locations. Those total to the 1,309. An interesting statistic here is the makeup of our enrollment. We have 376 male students enrolled in Northeastern Tech. We have 932 female students enrolled, and then that totals up to 1,309. So as you can see, we're growing. We want to have a positive presence in Chesterfield County. We're reaching out to the students the best we can, and we're investing in our county, and those that will benefit are the students and the parents. 78% of our students are getting some kind of financial aid, whether it be scholarships, whether it be lottery money, whatever. They're getting, 78% of our students are getting, and so it's the best bang for the buck. Thank y'all. Appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sure, yes.
Madam Chair, I had just had a meeting last Monday, former Mayor Ingram, with some concerned citizens. You answered all of my questions that they asked me on the total numbers of students in 1309. Their concern was for Marlboro County. Their statistic that they gave me is completely wrong according to your statistic. You said Marlboro County had 374 students?
This was the latest figures as of last week.
Okay. That's a great
Excuse me,
number
21825.
for Marlboro County.
This is for all the statistics that I gave you.
Okay. Their numbers that they have is,
374 is the
different from
number
your
I got for Marlboro County.
okay, let me ask you this question here, just so I can take this information back. The apprentice program, is that a free program for all students?
That is just for Scheffler employees only.
Yes, sir, but it's a free program.
Yes. Matter of fact, those folks are still on the payroll
Gotcha, okay.
while they're going and taking the 3-year program. But it's
And thank
no
you for-
expense to them.
And thank you for listing a vocational job, because I was told that there were no vocational job, but you just listed about 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, good
We have
information.
automotive also, and
I got you.
and I didn't want to waste your time on all that, but I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Feel free to give me a call. We would invite each and every one of y'all to come visit our campus, whether it be in Payson, whether it be in Sherrall, and would love to have y'all there. We would love to host a county council meeting, but I think you already have your annual schedule written out. But we do appreciate your support, and Northeastern Technical College is making a difference in the lives of our students, and because about 20% of the high school graduates, they're going to go to a 4-year college. The rest of them, we're here to help them. That's who we're after. We're after that 75-80% of students that are not going to go off to school, but are looking to be trained for the workforce. But one other thing, and I'll finish, the dual enrollment that we have in the high schools is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. These students are able to take college courses. Those that are going to a 4-year college after high school graduation can carry those credits with them to their freshman year in college. A lot of students are going as a first-year sophomore or a second semester freshman, and it saves their parents a tremendous amount of money. It saved me a lot of money. And but those students that are not going to college, the dual enrollment gives them the exposure to Northeastern Technical College, and it gives them the exposure of the programs that we're offering to let them select what career path they would like to consider going in. And it's just a good introductory for the high school students to get some kind of idea of what we offer and what kind of career they can go into and get trained and stay right here in home. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Appreciate what you do. Thank you.
All right, it's now time for public comments, so we welcome all public comments. They should be limited to 4 minutes per speaker and 20 minutes per subject. Is there anyone who would like to address council? No? All right. We'll move on down. We have one public hearing this morning, and it is for floodplain management ordinance amendment. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So move.
Okay, motion by Mr. Curtis. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? So it's my understanding that, just so that you all know what we're talking about here, that this is done every 5 years. It's required every 5 years, and DNR has already indicated that everything's been done correctly on our end. Is there anything else we need to add, Mr. Hefner? Any more discussion? Okay, hearing none. Everyone in favor, okay, there's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to the reading and resolution. I assume the same two will motion and second. Mr. Curtis, is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, standing committee reports. Mr. Ford.
Yes. So, I don't know the exact date, a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, the Animal Services Committee met and discussed some issues that we have been challenged with at the animal shelter. And we noticed that there's been a very large surplus of cats that haven't been able to be rehomed. It's just been a struggle. And so we had a discussion about a possible solution. And after talking with Teresa, who is actually the person who's over the shelter, she has a very tough job. We came up and decided that limiting the amount of cats that are able to be taken to the shelter right now is one of the only real solutions that we have. As of Mr. Price, he asked for an audit on the inventory of animals, and we had roughly 110 cats at that time. So during the process of this discussion, we thought that it would be reasonable to put a moratorium on cat intake except for animal control for a little while. And obviously there'll probably be a little bit of discretion in there for certain instances. But also, since we've created this problem with housing this many cats, we discussed how to rehome these cats. And after speaking with a vet and other agencies of how they handle these problems, they do a catch, neuter, and release program for cats. And so part of that discussion was, well, since we've created this problem, I think it's only reasonable that if we get the cats that we have and we get them fixed, then we offer them up and we waive the adoption fees and get people to come and adopt these cats to be able to move some of them. And then after a reasonable amount of time, then we could do the release side if they're not adopted. So that's one of the things that we discussed. Also, we knew that there was a shortcoming as it relates to the DEA license for euthanasia medicine, and I know that's a hot topic for some people. I think it'd be a hot topic for a lot of people. But I am glad to say that I was part of a conference call with the DEA and Teresa from the shelter and Michelle Stanley. Was it 2 weeks ago, Michelle? And finally got some positive feedback from the DEA that time has passed and they're going to They're not going to stand in our way for getting the medicine back as a tool to help us with the problem that we have, to be able to do what's in the best interest of the animals and the citizens and taxpayers. So that is a good update. And as far as I know, we have filed the appropriate forms and everything to get that in the works. So it hasn't come without hurdles. The last 2 weeks have been pretty troublesome with differences in opinions. But I will say it has, after some discussion and conference calls and some tears shed also, I think we're all on the same page, and it seems like there's overwhelming support for the direction. So I'd like to put that in the form of a motion before council, that we do a moratorium on cat intake, except for animal control, and that we waive adoption fees for a reasonable amount of time. And then once, if they're not adopted, then we do the release part of the program.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion, second by Mr. Kirkley. Any more discussion?
Yeah, one question, Madam Chairman.
Sure.
Mr. Ford, have you figured out where these animals that are non-adoptable will be released?
No, we're hoping that that's not going to be an issue, and I do have one update that as of last week, one rescue adopted 24 cats.
Great.
So it's good things are going. So I'm hoping that's not going to be an issue, but if you're willing to donate a piece of property for us to utilize that, we'll be glad to.
Some out there near your property.
I'll take them.
I just want to say, I really appreciate you taking the lead on this, because it's not easy. And Teresa, too. I mean, your willingness to be open and to have those tough conversations. And for all the people who love animals, I have a whole bunch myself, and I have rescued some. And, you know, in your heart, it's hard to sometimes think with your head over your heart, but we have to do both. And I appreciate you taking the lead on that, Mr. Ford, and the committee's work. And those who have joined the committee who are not on the committee. So it's really been a village that's taken this on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and right now with the current situation with our DEA license, fix me if I'm quoting it wrong, but it actually costs $5 more to euthanize than it does to fix them and release them. So it is a benefit of that also.
Good to know. All right, so there's a motion, a second. We've had a little discussion. Any more? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. We have one item submitted by council. Mr. Curtis wants to talk to us about tattoo ordinance, perhaps.
Yes, ma'am, perhaps just a discussion. One question real quick. Mr. Ingram, if I may put you on the spot, does the town of Cheraw allow tattoo parlors? Okay, fine. But I've been approached by several constituents as far as in the unincorporated areas of this county. They're interested in opening up tattoo shops, whatever you want to call them. That, my understanding, is not regulated by the county except for one thing. We've got to have an ordinance that allows it, and then it goes through DHEC. DHEC is the main oversight for the tattoos, and I think now I have not digested all of the information that you sent us, but I think they go in there and make sure that everything's done correctly, sanitarily, and then they check up on them and do spot checks here and there. But I don't want to get into a long conversation, but I'm just trying to take the temperature of the room and see what y'all may think about it. Perhaps we can let staff look at other counties that do it in unincorporated areas and bring us some feedback, who's around us doing it, who's not. I know you can go to Darlington County and get it done, and a lot of them are going to Rockingham and getting it done. But it's getting more prevalent than ever. You see police officers, EMS people. I don't think we should dictate what a person can put on the outside of their body if they want to do it. But then there again, we've got to have that ordinance. And it's a matter of choice, but this is just to get the discussion started, Mr. Chairman. And I don't know how y'all feel, but I was asked to bring it up, my constituents, so I don't mind. So that's where we're at. I don't want to hold the agenda up. Y'all think about it, and perhaps we can get staff to bring that back to next month's meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have 4 items submitted by staff. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Stanley.
Okay, thanks. The first item is the Lynch's River Industrial Park is the Phase 3 water. Currently, we're almost done with the Phase 2, and it came under budget. So we would like to, we've got an updated quote from Alliance to complete Phase 3, and with the money that was left over for Phase 2 that come under budget, and with, in December, we got more UTC monies from Lynch's River, and if there might be maybe like $12,000 over. And we would like to take that from the economic development monies. I've spoke with Ms. Libby on that, and so staff would just like to get council to authorize us to move forward to Phase 3. And that would complete all the water throughout the park and the existing road area and lots.
Sure is nice to hear leftover money.
Yes.
That's a rarity.
And really no other cost to us, nothing, no taxpayer money.
Okay, is there a motion to do this?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Ford, second by Mr. Smallwood. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, Ms. Stanley, letter of intent.
The second item is talking about the opioid monies. By Chesterfield County being a participating political subdivision of the Opioid Recovery Fund, we are eligible to submit a letter of intent to access additional $25,000 of funds to develop a comprehensive opioid mediation plan to address the communities, basically for like treating, training, prevention. It's more, communication to our county. And like I said, it's no cost to the county. It's through that fund. So therefore, I would like to request council to approve a submission of this letter of intent.
So moved.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second? Ms. Burns, seconded. Any discussion? I mean, Karen Short, she's not here today, but.
Yes, she is. She's back there.
Karen Short is here today. Sorry, Ms. Short. I mean, she does an amazing job for us, and I don't think there's anybody up here who can say that we are not educated on what's happening over there and that she's not doing all that she can to get us all that we can and to take care of our citizens. So, Ms. Short, thank you for being here. And any more discussion? All right, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Ms. Stanley, RIA grant.
Yes, the third item is the RA grant for Alligator Water. They have the intent to apply for a 1.5 million grant for a new well, and their match would be $319,981. So if the grant is approved, the county would serve as a pass-through. This would be no cost to the county. It's, it's just as all the other IRA grants, we have to be the pass-through for them. So therefore, council, we would like for council to approve the application for them to see if they seek it out.
Is there a motion to approve the application? Okay, Mr. Kirkley, and then second by Mr. Curtis. Any more discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All right, Ms. Stanley, surplus property.
Okay, the last one is, there you have a list of surplus property. There's some computers that's on there, and then also there's vehicles that is no longer good. They've used their useful life. They've taken parts off that they could, and so we would like to get these items surplus to sell on GovDeals, and the money would go back into the capital equipment funds for council to decide what to do with at a later date.
Okay, I need a motion to declare these items surplus.
Motion.
All right, there's a motion by Mr. Ford, second by. Second. Any more discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you, Ms. Stanley. All right, we have no unfinished business, no new business, no board appointments. Administrators report.
Just to let everybody know, we've got a judicial committee and an economic development committee meeting after the council meeting today.
Okay. All right, any council member comments?
I do have one.
Okay, Ms. Burns?
On February the 17th, there was an email sent to a concerned citizen concerning the Tillsville Fire Department, and I don't know if everybody can hear me, I'll just take this off. While it's important that we share information, we want to make sure our information is accurate and that it serves the community as well as the council. But this email said, since being made aware of some shortcomings regarding our friends of the fire service, we've met and are implementing the following. I take exception to that. We've met, we've talked, but we've not implemented the following. Universal contracts for each fire district. That was not implemented. Development and implementation of universal board development guidelines and annual submission of bank statements accounting for the monies collected via tax bill. Although no action implemented will perfect, nor do I condone all decisions that have been made by some of our fire officials, I feel these measures are adequate for fiscal responsibility and should keep healthy boards of directors in place. Again, we have talked about these things ever since it came up to the fire department, about the fire department, but as a board, we did not implement this. In order to implement, you have to have a motion, you have to have a vote. That was not done. So while we want to share information, we want to make sure the information is accurate and that it is what the full council has agreed upon. Thank you.
Well, I would like to address that. That was my email that I typed back as a response to anonymous people who have been sending us emails. People want to remain anonymous and they want to speak out about something, but they don't want to put their name to anything. Makes you question the validity of their concerns. That was my response to what I'm going to say a controversial email that we received. And if I misquoted the implementation, that's on me. But what I was insinuating is that it's already been discussed of taking those steps in the right direction. The county attorney has already been working on getting the new contracts situated for the universal contracts, and also the financial accounting to the county is already being worked on prior to this, so that particular part has already been implemented with the financial accounting.
Only that part.
Do what?
But only that part. And it says we are implementing the following, and it had several things, not just that one. And that one about the financial part didn't specify bank statements. In fact, I don't know that we have really finalized how that financial reporting was to be done. But again, it has to be agreed upon, voted upon by the council, and that did not take place.
And in all reality, I was speaking for myself because I responded back from my email, and I think you had the same opportunity to respond in the email if you disagreed with it. So, you know, that was my mistake if I misquoted, but I didn't say anything that hadn't already been discussed and already being worked on that I know of. So maybe the terminology implementation wasn't adequate or accurate, and I'll accept that responsibility. But I wasn't speaking for you or anyone else because I was responding back from my email, and you along with everybody else had the same opportunity that could respond as well.
And I realize that, but when it says, since being made aware, when I say we, I take that to mean the full council. And
Understandable.
so it wasn't we, it was you.
Understandable.
Okay. I just want to make sure that the information we send out is accurate. That's all.
Anybody else?
Just to add to that, and I don't know, didn't we agree to have a reply letter sent back to, I think it was Dean Grant?
It was sent.
It was sent? Okay. All right. I never got that letter.
Yeah, we'll get everybody a copy of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that reply say anything different than what the email that I responded back to him say?
It was all close.
Thank you.
It essentially said what I said earlier, that we're, working as a body with the Secretary of State and with our General Counsel to make sure that we're looking at all the contracts. But Anybody else?
Yes, and I don't know if this is time, but I would like to see what the council's thought of, or maybe the council's already talked about this in the past, but maybe starting a Facebook page for Chesterfield County Council and getting ahead of this sometimes, because I think we've missed the bar on some communications. I know we got a website page, but there's more people on Facebook than there are going to website pages. And I mean, you can post so much on there about just the agenda to the meeting today could have been posted. I mean, if I'm not wrong, it could have been posted. And committee meetings could be posted on there. Ordinance that we're doing in second reading, first readings and stuff could be put on there. Just for, you know, I mean, we talk about transparency and a lot of people's on Facebook, but, and it can be shared so many times to reach out the community. If they don't have a Facebook, they probably got a cousin, a wife, or a husband that does have a Facebook that does read it. I mean, I don't know if that's something that council's ever looked at. I know the sheriff's department's got it, the animal shelter's got it, which is a great thing.
Emergency management.
Emergency management's got it. I mean,
Well, several of us have our own individual, but I hear you.
I mean, I don't know, you know, if that's something we've ever looked at, talked about, or discussed, but I think that'd be a great communication point to get stuff out to the public.
Anytime we can get the information in front of the people, especially something like that, it's not a cost to the taxpayers, I think it's 100% advantageous.
Yeah, I'm for that.
I'd also like to piggyback, Madam Chair, if you don't mind. I've mentioned this in the past, but Eddie just brought up transparency. I think it would be valuable to look at moving meetings to where everyday citizens can come to meetings. We talk about transparency, but we meet at 9 o'clock in the morning on a weekday. People have to work. And I think it's important when you talk about transparency, and we're using taxpayers' money, not just our money, this is taxpayers' money. I think we need to look at possibly moving those meetings to where all citizens can come to the meetings and share their concerns. I think that's valuable. I'd like to get that on the docket at some point to get that addressed if it's all possible. When I ran my campaign, I ran on transparency and wanting everybody to have the same opportunity. So I'd love to see us look at that and try to move that. I know we got, you know, we're planned out for certain times now, but I think that would be valuable to citizens to be able to be here.
And there are those of us who have asked about that in the past. It's usually voted on at the end of the year for the next calendar year, but we could definitely consider that.
Well, Madam Chair, I agree with Brandon on that because we had the same conversation last Monday about possibility of changing the meeting time for the very reason that he stated. I agree with County Council Lady Hattie Burns. We did discuss that in the meeting, but we never did bring it to the general session. So how far do we go when we discuss something in the executive session? Because again, we want transparency, because they're gonna ask us as county member where we at, especially on this fire issue. So are we allowed to discuss those things before we bring them back to the general session? I mean, to the general session that we discuss in executive session?
Not, it depends on, I mean, there are things that are protected in executive session, just if it's a contractual matter. If it's an employment matter, Mr. Rucker can go through them with us, but.
Okay. I just think it'd just be more beneficial. We could say, hey, we talked about this, here's where we headed, we're not there yet, but here's where we headed.
Well, we can certainly come out of executive session, and there are things that we can discuss out after executive session. We just can't take votes or make motions during executive session.
That was Ms. Hattie's main concern on that letter, and I agree with that.
Any more discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I certainly do agree. I know I'm green around the ear, and, you know, but I do agree with Councilman Price and McClendon, I had that same issue. Someone had asked me, even, in the last few days, about the meeting, and they could not attend because of their schedule to work. And I'm in agreement that if the meetings could be changed, that will benefit more people and give them an opportunity to come and sit in and listen to what's going on in the county. Thank you.
I mean, full transparency, when I was teaching, you do limit some folks who can be on council because, I mean, as a teacher, it was very challenging for me. It was only because I had a superintendent and a principal who helped me work it out. So I hear you, and I've been there too. It's just that the temperature in the past has been that, most folks are retired and weren't interested in having meetings in the evenings, and so that's where we were. But we do vote a year in advance, so that is something that we're not going to be able to take up until the end of this year, but it's certainly something that we can consider. Yep.
When we do take it up, do not pick Wednesday night. That's Bible study.
I'm sure we can work around Wednesday night, Reverend McClendon. I think your contemporary Reverend Brand would agree, right?
Yeah, certainly.
So, yeah, but we'll discuss that at the end of the year when we vote on the calendar for the next year. All right, anything else? I do want to say that Ms. Lear and I were able to attend the Rural Summit thanks to Economic Development, and really appreciate that opportunity. And one thing that we heard, over and over again was how important our technical schools are for workforce development. We got some ideas on what some other rural areas are doing and to get tourism and just to build programs that they already have. We heard about AI and drones and just all kinds of things that I had not thought about before for rural counties, and I really appreciate that opportunity to have gone. All right, if there are no other comments, then there is a need to go into executive session. Mr. Ruffner, you want to tell us?
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair. That would be under 19A, which is pursuant to Code Section 30-4-70, subsection A5. That is for discussion of matters related to the proposed location, expansion, or provision of services, encouraging the location or expansion of industries or other businesses in areas served by the county. The two items under that are the Lynch's River Industrial Park, potential sale or lease of property, and also Project Maple Leaf. Then item 19B, pursuant to subsection A1, that is to discuss employment, appointment, compensation, promotion, demotion, discipline, or release of an employee, that being the county attorney. And then the item that was added is 19C. That is discussion of negotiations instant to propose contractual arrangements and proposed sale of property for 105 Green Street, Chesterfield. And as noted when the agenda was amended on 19C, there is an exigent circumstance, that being that the contract expires next Friday, March 14, which will be before council meets again. So council may take action on 19A1, 19A2, 19B, and/or 19C after exiting executive session.
Is there a motion to go into executive session?
Motion that we go.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Curtis, second by Mr. Smallwood. Before we, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Before we go into executive session, we're going to take a 10-minute recess, just a little break to let you guys swim out of here. If you need a little extra time, we can do that too, because the weather is not our friend right now. We're back in regular session.
We're finished?
I was trying my best not to get it more.
Yeah, we just.
All right, keep a quorum, hang on. All right,
Regular session.
we're back in regular session. While in executive session, no motions are made or no votes were taken. We do have one item we need to vote on. Right?
We don't need to vote, there doesn't need to be a vote on that, because that'll have to be done via, by ordinance. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can respond back to that, but, you know, the action on
Well,
that will
good.
have to be done by ordinance.
So there's actually no other business to take place. Do I have a motion to
Motion.
adjourn?
Motion.
There's a motion and a second by Mr. Smallwood. All in favor? Aye.